A lot of the time when a game is out for a little while, it loses some of the magic it made you feel when you first turned on Sony's Dust Collector 4 and heard the sound. Okay, not that sound. Feeling that same magic has never been an issue for me when it comes to Red Dead Redemption 2, as every time I would turn on the game, I would still feel the same way I felt the first time I played it. This game is made to stand the test of time, and I can't even imagine how many years will have to pass for any other game to come close to bringing people the same amount of detail and immersion inside of a fictional world. In this video, I'll be covering my favorite and to me the most immersive way of playing this game if you already beat it once or multiple times, doesn't matter. Before getting into this topic, I want to give a quick shout out to all the 362 people that subscribed and helped me keep this thing going. Thank you. On my last playthrough, upon trying to fix my camera, I kinda went like, well, first person isn't that bad. A quick disclaimer though, I usually am not a first person guy, with some exceptions of course, as I prefer the third person view in my video games a lot more. This kinda made me go, well, maybe I should look up some mods and try a chill survival playthrough in first person. That's when I managed to find the Basic Needs mod, which technically expands on the already existing survival elements of the game and has the ability for Arthur to drink water, collect water in his canteen, wash himself in rivers or lakes, all while also managing his sleep, hunger, and I kid you not, his bladder. The latter, I kinda like to use mostly in combination with Rampage's mod menu, where I can spawn in Micah and relieve myself on his filthy animal carcass before proceeding to compensate him with a Molotov. Of course, this is not the only thing I honestly like doing, as I like to do this thing to random NPCs as well. I'm of course kidding, as my Arthur is a good man.
You're a good man, Arthur Morgan. Okay.
With the Basic Needs mod installed, this game takes on a whole different level of immersion. In this situation, you become Arthur Morgan for real, having to hunt animals in the wilderness to survive, having to take him to a water source for him to get clean properly, refill his canteen, and even hunt animals to sell for profit or use as clothing at the trapper. Everything you do is to take care of him like you would if it was you in those boots. It is in these moments I realized how much better this game is than anything that is currently available to us. Even without these mods installed, the level of immersion is still insane, as you're absolutely free to play this game however you choose. But for me, this simple mod adds so much that it's absolutely worth having. One thing in particular that stands out when playing the game this way is the fact that you can genuinely take as much time as you need to complete any goal you set for yourself. You can take a slow walk from the saloon to your horse before slowly riding off into the wild to gather food for your gang or for yourself. Instead of hunting treasures early on to make Arthur rich quickly, you can take a while to immerse yourself in that rough period that the gang is going through, not having much to go off, instead forced to scrape by with the resources you managed to gather in the wild. This way, the game turned from a slugfest in Chapter 1 to actually making me love Chapter 1, which I know for many people is one of the weakest points in the game. If you are someone who really does not like this chapter, you should try to take it slowly, appreciate the snowy atmosphere, and enjoy the survival elements added with this mod. One mod I would also recommend that I've installed, but I do not really use that much when playing the game this particular way, is Sergeant Joe's Bank Robberies. This mod will probably work extremely well coupled with this playstyle, especially as it will give you a good way to earn money in the early game if you're not a treasure hunter. This, I bet, will create a great dynamic for people who want to truly feel like an outlaw instead of a glorified Dutch's errand boy. Two things I have to mention as well with this mod is that you will need to have the Project New Austin mod installed if you want to have the Armadillo Bank be fully functional, as well as have the Invisible Sniper Removal mod installed if you plan on exploring New Austin as Arthur. Either way, whether you choose to go for these two additional mods or not, the playstyle in this video will still give you options to enjoy yourself and immerse yourself in this beautiful world. A very beautiful thing to do with this mod is to slowly explore each area while using the minimal HUD option, removing the map and relying on your compass or on your own navigational skills. This way, you are forced to use your diary and sharpen your survival skills while being truly immersed in the world itself. One thing I want to mention is the fact that that I would have absolutely loved if the game actually had a physical map Arthur could whip out and look at while traversing the world. Some obvious examples come from the recent Indiana Jones game and, of course, the Silent Hill 2 remake. I feel like this being a random find in the world would have been an absolute game changer, especially if it would uncover the entire map and the menu as well. When I look back at the amount of games released after Red Dead Redemption 2, I can't help but kind of feel sad, knowing that not even one game managed to come close to being this special in terms of immersion and world building. Yes, there were amazing games and games I really liked playing, but not a single game ever managed to create a world so alive that almost 7 years after release, it still has people finding new things every day. With that taken into consideration, if GTA 6 even comes close to having 1/3 of this level of immersion, I will be able to die a happy man. Anyways, there you have it, the best way to replay RDR2 if you're thinking about starting a new playthrough. Take it slow, use the mods, and enjoy every moment this beautiful experience has to offer. I will link the mods down in the comments, so please feel free to treat yourself if you're interested. Also, be sure to leave a comment on what your favorite way of playing this game is. Do you enjoy a high on a playthrough, or do you enjoy causing mayhem across the fictional Wild West? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to hit that like button, and of course, subscribe if you already haven't for a chance to win an RTX 7090 when we reach 10 million. Stay silly, keep edging, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.